Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Delias Paris, and the channel is Indian Hen Farm. Okay, so we've been working on this book for a little while, and it's time. I've been struggling with some depression since post-Helene, and struggling with sort of getting my mind right. And I think I'm almost there because I'm feeling good again and feeling positive. For a while there, all I really wanted to do, I don't know. I felt like everything I did was falling apart or failing, but I got in my head. And when I get depressed, I think that's what happens. I didn't really realize Helene was going to be as hard on me as it is, but the fact that it just dragged on and on and on is what I think I started to struggle with. But that being said, thank you guys for being so patient with me and hopefully understanding why I've been maybe not as on top of it as I should, but I'm really hoping I'm feeling more positive. I'm feeling happy again. Okay. So where did we leave off on this baby? We left off, oh, I got it up. Okay. I do have this upside down though. That's pretty funny. See, make sure, like, always triple double check and make sure that you've got things right side up, because I can't tell you how many times books I've bound upside down on accident. Okay. So we left here, and what I want to do is show you how to put in your elastic binding, and I'm going to show you how to trim your papers and get those in here. And then I really want to use this journal as an experience. Is it going to be this one or my other one? We'll see. Anyway, I really want to start talking about page layouts and different ideas, because sometimes I think we spend a lot of time making embellishments and things to tuck into pockets. But there's so much that can be done just with the pages of your book. That's super exciting. So you got flip outs, right? We got, adding pieces directly to the page, having a little side tuck. Let's see. Another tuck. This one flips out for writing space. So I feel like sometimes working directly on a book helps you sort of put all this together, because, to be honest, I like adding more text, and then I fill things, but I think you want both. So let me get started on this. What we're going to need is some elastic cord. Okay, some elastic cord. There we go. Some elastic cord, and I use 1 millimeter. You can go thicker if you don't feel comfortable with this. This seems strong enough for me, and what I like about it is it seems like a good sort of balance between strength and adding beads and charms, which I like to do. I was buying this elastic from Dollar Tree, but the last few times I went there, they were out of it. And to be honest, the only color I ever wanted to use was the brown, but it always came in packets of white, gray, and brown. So I ended up just buying a whole spool of this. How much is this? 110 yards. And I think it was like $6. Okay. So I am going to remove this so we can do it together. Let's get this off. Okay, there we go. Actually, you know what we're going to do first? Nope, we're good. Okay. So figuring out how much elastic you need can be a little tricky. I tend to work directly off the roll for a while and then cut it when I need to. But okay, so we've got our book here. This is the top of my book. Potassium, it's writing. Okay. So we're going to take our cord and we're going to go from the outside in. Sorry. Come on. Okay, here we go. Okay, and pull it through, right? Okay, and then we're going to go to the top hole. Here. Okay. Okay. Now I think I know kind of how much I'm going to need. That, and that. Okay. Cut that off and get that out of the way. Okay. And we're going to take this top one, go to the bottom hole here. Okay. And then we're going to come out this top hole on the left-hand side. So basically, yeah. Okay. And if we flipped it over, what we have is a piece coming out here on the bottom left and a piece coming out here on the bottom right. Okay. Let's do that one more time, nice and slow, just because if you're like me, you rewind these videos 100 times, and wouldn't it be nice if someone just repeated it? So that's what we're going to do. So we've got the right bottom hole. We're going to go from outside the cover in. Okay. Then we're going to the top right hole. Inside out. Okay. Now we're going to go. Yep. We're going to go down to this bottom hole, which is now on the right side because I got it flipped over. Okay. Oh, don't fall out. Okay. Okay. And now we're going to go out that top hole. Okay, there we go. So we've got two straight lines here. And when we flip it over, we're basically forming what would look like an X, right? Okay. There's lots of different ways to sort of make this appealing or to make this pretty. I'm going to show you one of the ways I do it. So the first thing you want to do is so pull these tight. Like a rubber band, right? Okay. And I'm just going to hold this right here for a second. What I want is for these, they need to have some, they need to be, pulled tight, right? Because we're going to put pages in there and we want it to hold those pages together and not to be sliding all over the place. But I don't want it so tight that it starts to bend and tear the edges of those papers. So I'm coming back over here. What I want is to be able to pull it up and let it go so I can pull it. It's not so tight I can't get it up, right? Okay. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie a knot. Okay. Okay. There we go. Let's check it. That feels good to me. Okay. So, what I like to do, because I don't like a big ugly knot on the front of my cover, is I actually take this and I go under this other piece. Okay. And I'm going to tie these together. So I have, look at that. So I have the X, the knot, and the bottom of the X, right? And I'm going to pull this up right here. Okay. Now it's in the middle. At the top. Now, I know some people will put this kind of down here and put something over it. This is just one of my ideas. I'm going to show you this one. And obviously, this is the part where you get to bring out all your creative genius and have fun with it, right? Okay, so I like to sort of put some beads and some embellishments on here. Got these. One of the things I like about this 1mm is it's kind of thin enough for me to get some beads on. So I'm going to take this first piece. Obviously, I have way too much. See? My measuring. Could have done better. I know I'm going to want one short and one long. So I'm going to cut right here. Okay. And these leftover pieces I'll use for mini journals, for minis. So, yeah. Okay. I cut this kind of at an angle to make sort of it easier to get these beads on. And, okay. I've got, I'm going to pop these on. Let's see. Okay. Huh. There we go. Okay. In. In. Come on. Sometimes, you know, I used to give my really good friend a hard time because she couldn't see anything. She wore all these layers of glasses. And now, I can't see anything without readers. Sorry. And I'm constantly making my readers stronger and stronger. I think I probably deserve this one. Okay. Come on. Ah, there you go. Come on. Oh, no, you don't. Okay, sometimes I have to cut another corner. Now, I don't recommend burning this elastic until you're done with the beading because, well, unless your beads are big enough. My beads are not. Once I burn the elastic, it's too thick. There's a brown. Okay, sorry, guys. I know this is taking a long time. Let's get this piece. Don't drop all your beads, Elias. Okay. Let's go. Ha. Come on. This was so much easier last time I did it. Why am I struggling? I don't know. I don't know. I could use a bead threader, but I wonder if I should. Okay. There we go. I honestly think it's just because I can't see the hole. Okay. In. And we got 2 more pink ones. Come on. Come on, come on. There you go. And the last one. We're going to get this. Okay. There you go. And I've got these little bead charms that I like to use. Okay. I'm going to pop this guy on here. Okay. And I'm just going to tie a knot. Hold on. Now, I like to tie the knot so it hangs down a little. So I'm going to tie it down here. Okay. 1 knot. Oh, come on. Come on. Okay, here we go. Come on, dollies. You can tie a knot. You can do it. I know you can. Okay, there we go. Is that good? And sometimes I actually tie 2 knots because these little bees, I've had them fall off before. Okay, there's one. So I've got a little charm that just kind of hangs down now. Okay? See how that looks? Oh, why am I flipping you upside down? Why do I do that? Okay, so I've got one there, and I'm just going to trim. Hold on. 1, 2 straight. Okay, I just trim a little piece off. Okay, there we go. And the second one, let's see. I want this one a little longer. Let's go to here. Okay. And I'm just going to try and make this fast. I'm sorry, guys. You don't really care, do you? You're like, we don't care. We're good. We're going to hang with you. Okay, let's see. Oh, my God. My camera's falling down. Okay, come on. That's funny. Stop it. You do what I tell you. Like, no. No way. Let's get you straight again. Okay, there you go. I love Christmas. I'm so excited about the holidays. I love, picking out gifts for people. It's so much fun. Some of my favorite. I like getting gifts too for Christmas, but I gotta tell you, I have so much fun picking out what I think will be the perfect present. Yes, I'm one of those. It will drive me crazy if I cannot find what I feel like is something that person's just absolutely gonna love. Yeah, not fun. I want every single person, every gift I buy to be like the perfect gift. So I put way too much pressure on myself. But it's so much fun. I love it. I dropped beads. I'm going to grab another one. Here's a green one. Okay. Oh, I found it. Okay, let's see. Come on. Oh, this is the bead that's whole. It's all closed up. You know how you always get a couple of those beads where you, like, they didn't get the hole through there all the way. Come on. Can I see the hole? Okay, there's the hole. I need to get apparently stronger readers. Come on. Okay. I don't know why this bead is giving. I wonder if the hole's closed in this one. Maybe it is. Come on. Okay. You know what? Fine. I'm skipping you. I'll teach you. Let's get this other silver one. Okay. Kids are so crazy these days. Can you believe, like, I feel like when I was a kid, my mom could probably get all of my presents for like $100, right? And nowadays it's all iPhones and game stations and iWatches or Apple Watch and iPods and AirPods, and like each single present is like $300-$400. When did we get that way? It's crazy. I've been lucky. Well, one, we're that family. You're gonna laugh. Can I tell you something really funny? I won't allow Isabel, my daughter, on social media. Of course, she's only 9 for one thing, but also, I just don't think it's good for kids. So, my gosh. Okay, guys, honestly, this should be so much easier. Okay, come on. You guys get the idea. I'm not going to do them all because clearly I can't see today. So put as many beads as you want. And then I put these little charms on. I usually flip one right side up and one upside down just because I'm weird. Okay, go through there. I'm going to tie another knot low. Okay. I think maybe I need to go outside and put those beads on. Okay. And voila. Now, I'm just going to get these. Okay. And now I've got these sort of 2 little pieces that lay down. And I like that. I think it's pretty. So I've got my X up here. And then I've got these 2 charms. And you could put more, tassels on there. You could do whatever you want. You could even bring this down and put like a bead over, put it through a bead to hide the knot. It's up to you. That part's just a lot of fun to play with. Okay, I'm going to slide this back up because that's where I like it. And let's talk about paper. Okay. This is an idea that I think it's Treasure Books showed, and I've become a big believer in it. So making a master paper that you want all of your other pages to be about the same size. So this one's cardstock. I'm just going to give it a little fold. Okay. Hold on. Let's do it on the back. Okay. There we go. Okay. There we go. And what I want is to know how much space I have here. So I'm going to put this in here. And I'm going a little less, right? Because I want it to fit in there and not be like catching everywhere. Where did my... Here's a pencil. This will work. Okay, I'm going to cut there. And what's great about this is you're going to make kind of a master, and then it makes the rest of it much easier. Okay. I think I had it right there. Okay. Let's see. Oh, didn't cut all the way. Okay. Good. Okay. Okay. Oh, that looks really good. So see how I've got a little space down here and a little space on the other side. Okay, so that paper isn't like over this hole. It's got, okay. So I know that's right. Okay. Now, I don't know if I'm going to need to trim this down yet. So let's start with picking out our pages. How many pages you want in a signature? Oh my gosh, it's just a crazy kind of, it seems like everybody has a... Okay, sorry, had a tiny bit of a pause in my video, but we got this. I'm going to connect these together. Okay, so I have a video on paperweight. I highly recommend watching it. It's just going to give you an idea of sort of like how to pick the papers that you want for your signatures, kind of what you have in mind for your book. So I picked some paper. Mine's all 32 pound. I'm just going to use these papers as my background. These are my hand-dyed papers. So I picked, I'm going to fold these. Okay. So one of the things that people ask a lot is like, how many pages per signature? How do I decide? Okay. Well, this, hold on. Am I folding that right? Okay, there we go. Okay. So let's talk about that. Here's my book. Here's how much space I have. Now, what do you like to do? Do you like your book to be crammed full of yummy goodness? Do you want every page to have its own embellishment or attachment? So you're going to have lots and lots of stuff, and you're going to, you know, put lots of ephemera and embellishments in here? Or are you going to do a journal that's mostly for writing, where you've got some stuff in here, but lots of sort of blank pages, right? That's something you really have to think about when you're putting a signature together. Now, the good news is we've got elastic binding, so we can take pages out if we need to, and we can add more pages in if we need to, which I think if you are new at making, you know, these types of journals, this is going to really, you're going to pretty quickly realize how much you can get in here, right? And if you feel like you've got way too much, you can just take some stuff out. Now, let's talk about alligator mouth. Alligator mouth is when your journal's so full that it's like this. You know, here, let's just, for giggles, let's pretend this is part of the journal too. So it can't close. It's got a big old alligator mouth, right? So your binding's here, but your front is like that, right? Some people love that. This one's got a bit of an alligator mouth. Look, I'm not, see? This is way more open than the spine will allow, right? Now, it's not so open that when I put my closure on here, it won't close. It won't be nice. But if I started to get way too much alligator mouth, I could pull some of those pages out if I didn't like that. If you like it, some people love an alligator mouth. They want like as big of an alligator mouth as possible. So this kind of elastic binding gives you a lot of control and will help you sort of decide what you like and what you don't like. I'm going to start on this journal with 10 pages. I feel like 10 is good. I've got them all folded. I folded them, but I did not bone folder them. And the reason why is I really feel like sometimes when these get so sharp, they're really, you know, you've weakened that paper a lot. So I just fold them and, you know, crease it with my hand and that's it. And here's my master. And what I'm going to do is let's get these all put in together. Okay, so I'm going to stack them. Oh, I was mixing these. This is some paper I did with my marigolds. And I think it's fun. What I like about this paper is it's not so busy you can't write on it. Okay, here we go. So I've got them all together. And I'm really kind of making sure all of these pages are in here. Okay. Okay. And then I'm going to use a bulldog clip to kind of hold them together. Okay. Let me pop this guy on here. Huh? Okay. Okay, that looks good. And that will help keep my pages together while I'm cutting. Okay. I really like these retractable utility knives. This one says it's OLFA. I'm guessing that's the brand. I don't know. I've had it so long. One of the things I really love about these is it has those breakaway blades. So when you attach one, it's got like 10 blades and you can snap them off as you need them, because you're going to want a really sharp, probably a new blade each and every time you cut signatures for a book. A dull blade's just going to be a mess. Okay, so what I do is I'm going to use my master. I'm going to start with this top, okay? So I'm going to put my ruler, I'm going to line my ruler up. Sorry, I'm standing up. Okay, I'm going to line my ruler up with that white page, that master. Okay. That looks about right. Okay. And I'm going to start cutting. I am not pressing down on my blade. I'm letting the sharpness of the blade do the work. I am pressing down on my ruler so that doesn't shift around while I'm doing this, right? See, and it just did. Okay. Go nice and slow. Yeah. Lots of shallow cuts instead of trying to sort of like dig in there and cut them all at once. Okay. Huh. Okay. Get that lined back up. Let's see. Okay. So I've only got this top attached. Okay. Okay. Let me just focus on that. Ah, don't cut your fingers. It will not be fun. Okay. Okay. Wait up. Okay. Sometimes if I end up with a little spot, Okay. You can use your file. Oh, here it is. Like usually I have this handy. It's a nail file. There we go. Okay. And that just cleans up that little spot that I had. Okay. And now we're going to do this portion, okay? Same thing. Lots of shallow cuts. Okay, line that up. Line that one up. Okay. That feels... Is that... Oh, you know what? Let me... There we go. I'm going to put another bulldog clip on here. Okay, here's another one. Okay. Okay. And I'm going to line up. All right. Okay. And let me make sure that one's on. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay. And line up my ruler. Okay. Take your time. Okay. Okay, here we go. Nice, long, thin cuts. And as these pages come off, I just move them out of the way. Okay. This takes a little practice. The great thing about this, though, is it's just paper. You might want to just, you know, take some magazines and practice on those. You good? Okay. There we go. Okay. Retract your blade as soon as you're done. Because if you don't, you're going to pick it up and you're going to cut yourself. Take it from me. I've done that before. Okay. Take this out. And there's our signature. All cut to the same size. Okay. Pop it in here. Let's find our middle. Okay. Take one of our elastics out. Okay, pop that in. And there's our first signature. Okay. Okay, I already have the other one cut. Let me just pop this in here. Okay. Come on. Okay, there we go. And there's... I messed up on this one, so I got to fix it. Because this is what happens when you use a dull blade. Okay? is you end up sort of shredding that paper because it's just not super smart. So I forgot to remove one of the blades. I use a new blade every single time I'm cutting a set of signatures. They're really, here it is right here. So when you get these, you get a whole bunch of blades like this. And each one snaps off so that you can use a fresh blade. And it's not that expensive to do it this way. So get one of these sort of what are they called? Breakaway blades? Something like that. Okay. So I left this signature just so you can see what happens when you use a dull blade. Don't try and be thrifty on this and be like, I'm sure it'll be fine. Because it's just going to shred your paper, okay? So I'm going to take this out. I will redo this signature. But look at how nice and clean that one is. Okay. Nice fresh blade. Can't recommend it highly enough. Okay. So that's where we're at. You know, you get your 2 signatures in. And with both signatures, hold on, I'm just going to put this bad one in here so we can see. Oh, let's see. Oh, try and grab it. Okay. Okay. We're not flying all around. They're nice and secure. And look at how much room. See? We have tons of room for adding stuff in there, right? And that's what we want. Now, if you don't want to, if you're only using this for writing, add more paper. If you know, start with, you know, maybe 20 each. And then if it's too much, you can take some out because we have the elastic binding. If it's not, you can, you know, add more in. But one of the other things I like about this is say, you know, I can just keep adding. I can have so much fun with this. I'm not locked in. I haven't made, see, I just put another piece of paper in. Oh, I want one more. I want to change this up a little bit. Okay, I'm going to add one more. So this elastic binding, I feel like, is a great sort of like first journal, especially because it's going to teach you so much. You're going to understand how much paper you can get in a journal. You're going to find out, like, you know what? This page is way too flimsy to hold all of the stuff I added to it. Well, good to know. Pull it out, put something else in. It's like junk journaling with training wheels. Who doesn't want some training wheels when they're learning to ride a bike, right? So you know what? That really completes the tutorial for this journal. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gave you the confidence to go ahead and give it a try. If you did like this video, you know, like it, share it, subscribe, thumbs up, comment, whatever you want. Thank you for, you know, sharing this journey with me. Okay, y'all have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.